What's going on, y'all? My name's Ryan Cortez. I'm a photographer and videographer living and working in Southeast Alaska. And today I have a collection of some of my favorite camera bags and cases, and wanted to talk to you about why this Sagebrush Dry hip and deck camera bag has become one of my favorite go-to bags for working and creating out here in Southeast Alaska. And basically wherever my camera takes me, right? I want to start talking about some pros and cons of all these bags, and why the Sagebrush Dry is a bag that you should definitely consider, as I think it combines all my favorite features of all these bags into one camera bag. My Pelican case. I could literally throw this thing into the ocean and not worry about camera gear getting ruined. But it is a bear to carry, not so good for climbing up a mountain. I have this other camera bag that I absolutely love. It can fit multiple camera bodies, tons of lenses, flashes, even my laptop. But on smaller days where I don't want to bring as much gear, it can be a little bit overkill, and it's not 100% waterproof. More mobile options. I got a small little bag, which oftentimes I'll throw 2 V-mounts in there if I'm on a video shoot. Carrying my camera around for the afternoon, I want to throw a strobe in here, I'll do that. If I want to go like on a snowboard mission and I want to carry a camera with the long lens, I'll attach this to my backpack and kind of be able to have this on my hip at the ready. But not waterproof, and I can't fit that much gear. That leads me to the Sagebrush Dry hip and deck pack. I got stuck on a photo shoot in Cake, Alaska one time, got snowed in, and a 2-day trip turned into a 5-day trip, and I kind of walked around the town, found this building. It looked like there was a factory inside. I walked inside, and there was the owner, John Paterka, and his coworker Greta, making handmade bags in a super small town, Cake, Alaska. I was pretty blown away, instantly bought this bag from them to support them after befriending them inviting me over for dinner. I think we had a venison bone broth pho. So that was my introduction to Sagebrush Dry. John's become an amazing friend, and he really does believe in making really durable, reliable, and functional gear for Southeast Alaska, and really for anywhere. This bag is 100% waterproof. I've taken this thing on rocks, brush, bushwhacking, anything, never had a problem with any of this material cracking or getting ripped in any sort of way. This T-zip is kind of another main part about this camera bag, and this thing feels really sturdy when you're pulling in. So long as you keep it lubed and free of debris and clean, it'll last you for years. Zipper right here in the front, put your passport, or put some of that lubrication for the zipper in here, which I often just keep in the bag just in case. This bag actually originally ships with one strap. One thing I really liked about having the shoulder is that you can have the belt on and then be able to whip this camera bag around, change your lens really quick with it in the front, and then whip it back. These little systems that they have like on this yoke with all these little hooks right here, you could really easily just pop this system off and then switch it over a shoulder strap. I prefer the backpack because I could put this thing on and I'm keeping up with the crew. I'm on my bike, I'm trudging along, or if we're hiking in the backcountry, jogging up into a zone to do photos, I'm not slowing down the athletes. It's just super comfortable. The back end is padded, fits perfectly on my back. Now I got the waterproof functionality and reliability of my Pelican case. I got the comfort and the compartments, which we'll get into in a second, of the backpack, the kind of small package size of some of those smaller bags I had in the front. And yeah, let's see how much gear I put in here. So this would be like one average setup for me if I'm going out into the field and taking pictures. Essential, get the raindrops off without smudging. A strobe. I always try to bring at least one strobe just to, help me shape the light, shape the image, and do something proper even when I'm out in the field. And I got 2 strobes so far, and now we got a long lens, which is also super nice to have. This is 70-200, and I have the transposer here for the flash. Most importantly, I got my camera body with the nice 24-70 lens on there, not a small lens. Fit that super easily in there. And so, as you can see in this small bag, super comfortable, I got quite a bit of gear, and that's one of my favorite things about this bag, right? I can take it out in a rainstorm or take it out in the snow, not have to cut myself short, and bring pretty much anything I could need to shape light, create different types of images, different types of framing, compression, all that stuff. And I'm not limiting myself. If I'm going out on a big hike and I want to bring a drone with me, I can super easily fold up my Mavic 3 drone inside of this bag, pop in the full-size remote controller, 2 batteries, and still have space for quite a big sweater for when I'm sitting on the top of a mountain. Try not to freeze my ass off and get a nice shot. If you or anybody that you know is looking for a super reliable, 100% waterproof camera bag made in the USA, Alaska specifically, and want to support an awesome small business, I would definitely recommend Sagebrush Dry and checking out their Hip and Deck camera bag. If you're ever in Cake, they're super friendly. They love to give people tours of kind of how they go about making all these bags. As a small business owner myself, I definitely love supporting other small business owners, especially ones that are as authentically passionate about what they do as the people at Sagebrush Dry are. You know, they really believe in making hardcore gear that they would definitely trust on their outings and adventures, which, trust me, they are rowdy motherfuckers. They like to get after it and they like to go hard, and they use their own gear.